We'll get started here in just a few minutes, folks. We'll be streaming the OARS D-Star Monday Night Net tonight. Sean K0MAD will be net control. If you're not in the Southwest Missouri area and you got D-Star capabilities, you can join us on Reflector 59 Alpha, or you can hook up to the W0OAR Bravo gateway. But if you're in Southwest Missouri, anywhere around the Aurora area, I'm in Rogersville, so I'm 40 miles away from the repeater, and I can get into it. The repeater's 444.150. It's got a positive offset of 5. More than welcome to join. Or you can just join via the YouTube, and I'll get you counted as a check-in through YouTube. Just have to jump in the chat and let us know you're there. All right, everybody. Like I said, we'll get started here with the net here in a few minutes. And I want to thank everybody for coming by KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. I am Dave. This is where ham radio comes to life. Like I said, we'll get started here in a few minutes with the net. And before we get started, anybody that come by the stream or anybody that watches the stream this week later, I want to remind everybody that Sean is bringing the OARS Fox Hunt up to Springfield this week. Going to be at the Nathaniel Green Park in Springfield Botanical Garden. Be this Saturday at 12 p.m. Park's at 2400 South Scenic in Springfield, Missouri. And we will be meeting on the east end of the main parking lot. And if you've never done fox hunting before and you're interested in it but don't know what to do, come on out. We'll have some guys there that'll be able to help you with the fox hunting. And we'll also have Sean will have an extra fox set up to where want to go through a little bit of training before you go out and you want to go out and try to do it yourself. We can show you a few things on how to look for a fox there at that point. We're definitely looking to see if we can get a big turnout. He brought it up here to see if we can get more people involved for him. But they do this every month. So I'd like to see us get a big turnout for him. For him bringing it up to Springfield, not keeping it down around the Aurora area before their meeting. Let's get all the hams out there and show the appreciation of what Sean's doing with these fox hunts. All right, everybody, I'll take a standby, and net should start here in a couple minutes.
Good evening, and welcome to the Monday Night Net of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society. This net meets regularly on Monday nights at 8 p.m. on the frequency of 444.150, positive offset, D-Star mode, also linked to Reflector 59 Alpha. My name is Sean, and my call sign is K0MAD. While it's not an emergency net, if anyone has any emergency traffic at any time, please call break. If anyone have any emergency traffic, please call now. Alright, nothing heard. Move on with announcements. I am using NetLogger for check-ins on the net. And if anyone wishes to check in early, they can monitor the OARS net there. Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. The meeting's at 7 p.m., but everyone was welcome to come at 6 p.m. to eat, enjoy some good conversation. Individuals do pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend, and you also don't have to be a ham to attend. Everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting at the Happy House will be Saturday, April 12th. That's this Saturday coming up. Also this Saturday the 12th at noon, this is before the meeting, in Springfield at the Springfield Botanical Gardens, which I think is 2400 Scenic Avenue, Springfield. We're having a fox hunt. Quite a few people are interested in it, so if you're around the area and interested in doing a fox hunt, or even learning how to do one, we'll have people there that can show you. We'll have some demonstration units set up while other people are hunting, so yeah, come join us at noon if you want to go. The OARS Club has 3 regular nets. We, of course, have tonight's net. Then we have the 2-meter net Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on 146.970. And the Simplex net every Thursday night at 8 p.m. on 146.460. It does appear that Dave, K6GAE, is live streaming the net. So if you want to see how you sound or miss part of the net, just search K6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham on YouTube, and you'll be able to find it. If you have any announcements of interest in amateur radio, please call now. All right, no announcements. How about any short time or mobile check-in? Well, no short time or mobile check-ins. All right, so we'll move up to the top of the list, which I heard Alan, N0QL in there. Alan, you still around?
Yeah, I'm sitting there floating around somewhere, and they're OQL.
How you doing tonight, Alan?
Yeah, pretty good. Didn't have to work today. Well, I could have worked today. I got 9 cars I got to pick up. 3 in Illinois and 6 in Columbia up here. But my driver was incapacitated today. She had to put my great-granddaughter into the new school, had to get her all signed up. They moved way off down the boondocks. But, the old lady signed up to get her license renewed down there and paid somebody $15. And she was supposed to got an email from somebody, and we haven't heard a darn word. You know anything about that crap?
No, don't know anything about that.
Yeah, she went in that other room there, and somebody signed her up, to get renewal, charged her $15, and said, you'll get an email here just pretty quick. But, that was at the Ham Fest, so she still ain't got no email. She's getting kind of perturbed, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Yeah, she didn't, guy didn't give her no email. His email, get a hold of him, or, no nothing, no text, no phone numbers, no anything. So I don't know what crap's going on, but we can't figure it out.
Huh, yeah, that is strange. Well, I'm sure it'll iron out. It may take a while. Who knows? Man, I know when I upgraded my extra, it took me almost 4 months to get my upgrade after it got submitted. The government had shut down all that stuff when it happened. Man, it was quite the deal. So maybe it's something not exactly like that. Maybe something similar. But anyway, Alan, hey, thanks for checking in tonight. And we'll see if William's still around. I heard him in there too. KD0NUI, William.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Andy. Got D-Star.
Well, William might be mobile in a bad spot, so we'll move down to Dave, KD6 GAE. Dave over in Rogersville.
KE0MAD and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Real quick, Alan, do you know who she talked to? What his name was?
That's what I'm saying. No names, no phone numbers, no emails, no nothing. It's whoever was doing the testing session in there, and with the ARRL crap, you know, they signed her up for something, and she hasn't heard a word. They said it wouldn't be very long at all before she got contacted. And we've checked all the spam, you know, folders and junk mails and nothing.
I'll reach out to one of the VEs that was in there and see if I can find out something for you. Other than that, that's about all I can do from my end. And don't have a whole lot for the net tonight. Looking forward to the fox hunt this Saturday. And Sean, the weather's supposed to be good, so we ought to have a good fox hunt day. So hopefully we'll have the turnout where we've been advertising it long enough. We should have a decent turnout. Other than that, I'll say thanks for doing the net, Sean, and we'll pass it back to net control. KE6GAE, back to net control.
Yeah, I seen that. Looks like it was going to be a little over 70 and dry, so let's hope it stays that way. I've got I got 4 radios here, so 4 radios and a couple beams, so even if a couple people come, you know, not prepared, we should be able to help a couple people out with some equipment there. All right, Dave, catch you later. Harold, K0SQS and Monette. How you doing, Harold?
KE0MAD and the rest of the net. K0SQS. Doing fine, Sean. Thanks again for running the net tonight. Always good to hear you on here. Not much new going on in Monette. I thought about trying to slip away and get out and whack the golf ball this afternoon, but it's a little cool for me. Anyway, came home, did some paperwork, and just waited around for the net. Kind of sitting here watching the national championship ball game, basketball. Kind of interesting. Anyway, that's all I've got from Monette, Missouri. Back to you, Sean, K0SQS.
All right, Harold. Quick question for you. We got a guy that's interested in climbing up the old repeater side about 50 or 60 foot up to clamp one of those nodes up on the side of it. And I told him, I said, I don't think it'd be a problem. I said, but I'd have to give it to you first. He's wanted to do it here sometime soon, but I don't know when. And I figured I'd give it to you first and see if you had any reservations about that.
Oh, none other than the fact that the top antenna has either come disconnected from the tower at the clamp, or the top section of the tower has broken, and it's keeled over and leaning over the side of the tower. So maybe you want to take a look at that and decide. But no, as far as installing the mesh equipment on the side of the tower, that's fine.
Yeah, it looked like up about 60 foot there was an old satellite dish. I don't know, I figured it maybe I'll just clamp to that old satellite dish mount. But I'll take the drone out there first this weekend or something, go over there and fly up it and see what things are looking like. I haven't been up there to look at it in a couple of years anyway. All right, Harold, thanks for checking in, and I'll get with you on that. And Marvin says, looks like he got his hotspot rebooted, so we're going to try N0MLP. Marvin.
Good evening, Sean, and everybody else on the net. Appreciate you running the net. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever run into that. Normally that thing just sits there and runs all the time, but anyhow, I guess it was locked up or something. So we just did a reboot and got it back going again. So I need to learn on this 9700 how to connect directly to the gateway. I thought I knew how. I was trying that, but it didn't seem to work either. So I'll look it up and figure that out. But
Anyway, not much else going on up here. Got a few parts in to build a solar mesh node, so I've got a small tower I'll be putting up here pretty soon with my scanner antenna, and then another, I've got a GP6 I'm going to put up, an extra antenna, so I'm going to put that node up on there. I doubt it's going to make it, you know, down in your area or anything like that, but I want to kind of test it around here, and who knows, if we get a few of them hopping up there in Greenfield, we might be able to make a connection at some point. But anyway, that's about it for me. I'll send it back out there to everyone, and back to you about the net control. If I could talk, it'd be great. N0MLP. Thanks, Sean. Hi, Marvin. Hey, thanks for checking in. Glad you got that straightened out. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how to use the 9700 as a, what do they call that? Not a gateway, but anyway, internet connect device. I don't know how to do that. Never tried it. Anyway, we'll try for William again. K80NUI. You able to copy me?
This is K80NUI on my hotspot.
All right, William. Well, you're making it in good there. How you doing?
All right, I'm doing okay. I just got out of a club meeting just a little bit ago, and you hollered at me just on the mobile and portable section, just as I was getting down my gravel road there, and it's kind of choppy and it's kind of wasting the feeder. So, just got to the hot spot and stuff. It's been a lovely day, a little warmer, but we're having cooler nights again. Survived the flooding and all of the rains we've had around here. We had about 5 inches or something duration of the whole storm. Altogether 5 something. It was a lot of water, but anyways, it made the yard real soft and sticky and stucky and whatever else you want to call it. So, anyways, that's been about it. So, been a lovely day and enjoyed the meeting and getting on D-Star and playing around with this and that. So, and did my work shift today, of course, too. I had to work today. So, anyways, headed back to net control. This is K80NUI.
All right, William. Well, hey, thanks for jumping in there tonight. I heard you and Alan talking earlier, so I put both of you on the list. I didn't know if you guys were sticking around or not, but hey, thanks for sticking around in there, and thanks for checking into the net tonight. And let's see, we got Rich, KB0RHA in Mount Vernon. How you doing, Rich?
Oh, doing pretty good, Sean. Thanks for doing the net. Not a whole lot going on around here. I was out a little bit today. It wasn't too bad. At least there wasn't no rain. But I'm just sitting here listening to 40 meters on the ARRL slow code, trying to relearn my code. But that's kind of a slow process, I guess. Anyway, not much else going on around here. Back to net control. KB0RHA.
Link currently established.
All right, Rich. Yeah, man, I'll bet you got a bunch of water down that low spot down there. I remember years ago when I used to have the wrecker, I'd been down there a couple times, pulling people out when that flooded down there. But anyway, thanks for checking in, Rich. Good to hear from you. And we are at the bottom of the list. This is KE0MAD. And I'm looking for over-the-air check-ins. Please call now.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Coming in Valley Springs, California. With us tonight. No traffic, just listening. God bless and save for everyone.
All right, Kevin. Good to hear you in there. Thanks for getting in there again. And I hope you have a good week coming up. K6KJV. I'll say 7-3 to you. Again, have a great week. Thanks for checking into the net. This is K0MAD. And looking for over-there check-ins. All right, nothing heard. We'll call one more time for check-ins for the OARS D-Star net. Please call now.
KV4MO.
KV4MO, Patrick. Haven't heard you in a little while. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing okay. Kind of the same as everybody else, dodging the hailstones and the monsoon season.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My wife and I and the daughter, we were coming back from Springfield back to Aurora, and we were in Marionville, and I mean, it just opened up a little bigger than quarter-size hail, and it come down so hard, so fast. It just looked like we got 4 inches of snow if you didn't know any better. It was piled up all over the road, and you were just driving over ice stones. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. There's been a whole lot of it around us that we didn't have to put up with. But anyway, everything's going good. I hope everybody came through all this mess okay. And Tara's in the next room if you want her for the count. And with that, I'll turn it back to you.
All right, well, we got her in there on the proxy KX4MO. And I hope she's doing well also. All right, thanks for checking in, Patrick. Good to hear. This is K0MAD at the bottom of the list. We have any further check-ins before we close the net? All right, nothing heard. 10 check-ins, including myself. Appreciate all that checked in tonight, and yeah, please try to join us if you're interested in a fox hunt. And after that, we'll have the OARS club meeting is in Monette at 6 p.m. to eat, 7 p.m. for the meeting in Monette. And we'll say 7-3, and I'll return the repeater and the reflector back to normal averages. This is K0M80.
All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody that stopped by the stream. A lot more watching the stream. Next time you guys come by the stream, jump in the chat and say hi. Appreciate everybody coming by. Appreciate it if you give me a like if you like what you're seeing. We should be here every Monday night at 8 o'clock to stream the OARS D-Star net. And then Thursday night, Sean, K0MAD, Ham Radio K0MAD, he streams the 2-meter simplex net that he runs on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock on 146.460. So anybody in the Southwest Missouri area wants to test out their equipment on simplex, join us on Thursday nights. Then once again, Monday nights, you can either join us if you're not in the Southwest Missouri area. You can join us either via Reflector 59 Alpha or W0OAR Bravo Gateway. So once again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. This is where ham radio comes to life. Hopefully everybody has a good week. We'll say 73 all, and we'll catch you next time on the stream. 73, everyone.